Hi, coming to you for our discussion question number 7, grant proposals. So I think we're supposed to do them on something tied to our dissertation. Mine might be changing. I have spent the majority of my life in the desert Southwest, and it's always so beautiful to see the contrast of just raw desert next to lush green fields. And here in the desert Southwest, those are predominantly made possible through irrigation. So irrigation is a really fascinating topic. It's always a hot topic because there is never enough water. Never. So the National Park Service has grants available, competitive grants available. And I noticed something so interesting. They have some that are specifically tribal. And Native American water rights are fascinating. They're old. Sometimes to prove a right to the water, you have to be able to prove that you were the first one to make a beneficial use of that water. And in the West, oftentimes those oldest beneficial use, they were Native American tribes. And so I know where I live, and our irrigation district is a Bureau of Reclamation project that was put in large part because of our local Native American tribe. They had an old water right. They weren't getting their water. And so this huge project came in, and we just happened to live in the right area to be able to benefit from that also, which is a huge blessing. But anyway, so I think it would be interesting to put in a tribal grant, something centering around the history of irrigation, such as their first beneficial use, where this right came from and why it was important for the project to come in, just so that that could be preserved for them. And I looked, so in order, well, obviously first I would need tribal approval, and then I would apply for the Tribal Heritage Grants opportunity. And so in order to even apply, the tribe has to be registered for these opportunities. And I looked, and our local tribe is registered. They joined in 2009. So then I need to review the eligibility requirements. The application is right on the web page. Obviously, I'm going to need signatures, so that's why tribal approval would be very important. Plus, I'd want them to review it and make sure that it's in line with what they think should happen and also respectful. And then it's really interesting that it says even before you get into the application that you have to label the funding opportunities. So you have to use P as in Peter for National Park Service, and then the last 2 digits of the federal fiscal year in which the opportunity was posted. So then the application is submitted with any extra documentation, and then it's reviewed and hopefully approved. It's really interesting to see, even just with the links provided with the assignment this week, how many grant funding opportunities are available. And it really could give somebody an opportunity to research and preserve so many things. I know tribal history is really interesting to me because so much of tribal history is oral, which is fabulous, and that's their tradition. But to write it down, not only to preserve their right, but also just, you know, their history is fascinating, and it would be worthy of research and grant funding. So it was a great exercise. Thank you.